daily survey with Ria Ramz is about to go live online. Catch the top monster hits of the day based on your votes and other TDS goodness. Streaming video on the Monster Facebook page at RX931, the Monster YouTube channel at RX931, and twitch.tv/Monster RX931. Your TDS host, Ria Ramz. Stand by and enjoy the program.
Hey, monsters! Welcome back to the show. It's me, Ria Ramz, and we would like to welcome a very special guest for today. Let's say hello to Ian ASHER!
Hello, hello. How you doing?
Hello, Ian. Why don't you introduce yourself to all the monsters who are tuned in right now?
Hi, guys. I am Ian ASHER. I am a DJ and music producer from California over here in the United States. And you guys might know me as the guy behind Moonlight with my good friends at SB19 and Terry Zong.
Yes, it's going to be super exciting. We are actually going to be talking about that in just a little bit. But right now, let's talk about you.
Totally.
So, Ian ASHER, at a very young age, you started DJing, right? How did you get into DJing? I mean, I've tried it. It's not easy at all. So, how did you get into that?
Well, I was always just a really big fan of electronic music. So for as long as I can remember, I mean, my kind of first introduction to music was Michael Jackson, if I'm being totally honest. But after
Ooh.
that, I just through the internet, through YouTube, through my iPod, found artists like Skrillex, Avicii, Calvin Harris, all those guys, Swedish House Mafia, and I just fell absolutely in love with electronic dance music when I was around 10 or 11. So I begged my parents to get me a DJ board and some software to learn how to make music. And I mean, the rest is history. I was just kind of doing it every day, learning as much as I can online. And yeah, I've just been doing it for as long as I can remember, really.
And what was it like booking your first official gig as a DJ?
It's so funny because I started when I was so young, and you can't really go out as, an 11-year-old DJ and play at nightclubs.
Right.
So I was that guy throughout all my preteen and teen years, playing at, birthday parties, at churches around the area, sweet 16s, Halloween parties, high schools, all those different things. So I had spent so many years doing that. It was only it took so many years until I finally started playing in real nightclubs.
So you mentioned that you were playing at churches.
Yeah,
Were
yeah.
you playing like church song remixes? How did that go?
No, you just have to make sure you have the church clean version. So
Okay.
it's like the radio clean version, except if there's anything even more slightly questionable, you have to just take out the whole sentence.
Right.
no
That's
innuendos, no anything. So it was a headache for sure.
for
For
sure. But you had a lot of experience already when it came to DJing before you even got to play at the nightclub. So, what was it like during your first official gig at a club or something a little more age appropriate?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it was nerve-wracking for sure, nerve-wracking, but it's also um just like it felt really creatively liberating because, I've spent so much time just playing like top 40 music and then doing, all that kind of stuff and then playing for crowds too that no one's coming to see you. Like you're supposed to just go and play whatever for that audience. But when I'm inside a nightclub space and especially when I'm doing my own shows and I'm selling my own tickets and it's my name on the flyer, I go in and I just make sure to create a curated experience for people that is unique. And now that I just feel so fortunate. It's like I can finally do that. That's what I've been craving, doing my entire life.
And you are currently on tour right
Yeah.
now, and
Yes,
you
sir.
still have a couple of tour dates coming up. So, how has the experience been? And do you have any particular favorite memory so far in this tour?
Yeah, totally. I mean, the thing is, as a DJ, you're never really not touring. So
That's
but,
fair.
that being said, summer's crazy. I've got so many dates coming up, in so many different countries. I gotta say one memory that really comes out has got to be EDC Mexico. I played the
Mhm.
main stage, and that was the very first time I actually couldn't see the end of the crowd. Like, there was, like,
Wow.
30,000 people in front of me, and I couldn't see the end of it, and it was just, like, goosebumps the entire time, so yeah, yeah, I have the video online. I did the full, posted the full set, and I think you can actually see, like, goosebumps on my arm.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Well, if
Yeah.
you monsters want to check it out, well, where is it posted?
On my YouTube at Ian Asher.
Okay,
Check
there we go, monsters. If you want to check out his full set in Mexico, if I'm not
EDC
mistaken.
Mexico.
Yes, in EDC Mexico. You can check it out on his YouTube channel. Now, we do know that you have some Filipino heritage as well. So why don't you tell us a bit about that, your background with your Filipino heritage?
So I am what we call a Hapa. I am half white, half Asian, and I am half Filipino. My mom was born in the Philippines. She immigrated with her parents over to the U.S. to Hawaii when she was very, very young, and then moved over to California. So I am half Filipino. Yeah.
Have you ever been to the Philippines?
I haven't yet. I haven't. And that's why I'm so excited with everything going on with the song. It's like it's only a matter of time before I come and, start doing shows and everything. And
Well, that's
I
really
tried
exciting.
so hard to make it out to SB19's finale for their tour. Tried so hard to do it. Unfortunately, I was in New York. I had other shows and
Oh man.
it takes like
Well,
25 hours to travel from the US to Southeast Asia. So
right.
it's just a lot of planning, a lot of logistics. That's the thing you don't see in music. You don't see me working with guys trying to figure out how am I gonna make it with 2 hours to spare to a city on the other side of the planet.
Well, hopefully we do see you here in the Philippines
I
soon.
will.
We all are looking forward to that and we'll be waiting for that announcement. But right now what I'm curious about is how it was meeting SB19. You know, your fellow
Yeah.
Filipinos and you're meeting them in the US. What was that like? How did it happen? Tell us about it.
It was great. We met up and we just had a great time and we were just chatting, hanging out. And we did the funniest thing. We went to the little Filipino town here
Okay.
um in Los Angeles, and they just started schooling me on all the Filipino dishes. I learned so much. I had so much uh like broadening of my, culinary palette
Right.
when it comes to Filipino food. I had balut for the first time.
And how did you find that?
It was interesting.
Interesting is the word that a lot of
Interesting.
people would use. Yes.
Yeah.
Any other? What would you say is your favorite dish that SB19 introduced to you?
Um, I loved Halo Halo.
Ooh, okay.
I've
That's
always
a
loved ube.
Filipino classic.
The thing is, I love ube.
Okay.
So yeah, that's like one of my favorite flavors.
So it's clear why you would love halo halo for sure.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would ask you if they taught you any Filipino words, but I'm kind of scared that they may have tricked you into some words that we can't say on air. So we'll leave that question out. Maybe you can share it with us.
They did, but they were all most definitely words that you can't say. Yeah,
Okay, well,
I'll let you
maybe you
know.
can just share it with us on your personal accounts, but not here for
Yeah,
sure. We'll
yeah.
leave it up to the imagination of the monsters. But of course, I do want to ask you about what it was like working with SB19. How did this collaboration come about?
This collaboration, well, they had actually come to me, and because they were looking for, someone to collaborate with who was Asian American, and in the dance music side and the electronic music side, and they heard about me and they found out that I was half Filipino, and so they reached out and asked if I was interested. I said yes, of course. Um, and so then Terry was in Los Angeles too, so we hit the studio and then just started vibing, coming up with some ideas. We came up with the original concept for Moonlight, the original kind of very stripped back version, you know, of it, and sent it back to the guys in the Philippines, and then they sent back their version, and then we were doing back and forth a little, and yeah, that's how the song came about. We actually did not make it in Manila. We made it over the internet, you know.
Well, I guess that's what the past couple of years have brought us, right? A
Yeah.
chance to connect with artists even from miles and miles away. But would you say that the original version of Moonlight would be very similar or very different to the now version of Moonlight?
It was similar. It was like a stripped back kind of version, but it didn't have the magic that, SB19 really brought to it. You know what I mean? I mean, their performance and the way that, they sing and execute on each and every word, and the kind of like swag and movement they bring into it. It's just something that you can't, only they can do it, and that's what they brought. And I'm so glad, it
And when you
worked
were
that way.
coming up with the song Moonlight, what message did you have in mind when you were coming up with this song? What did you want to tell all
Well,
the listeners of
it,
this
it with this song, it was interesting because the actual hook, the word moonlight, we had come up with everything else, like lyrically wise, and the concept of it, except moonlight. And so what SB19, what they sent back, they changed the whole title. It was like a totally different title. They came up with moonlight, and that, doing what we do in the moonlight, that tagline, it just perfectly sums up, I mean, everything that the song is like actually about, you know. And so they just have such a great way, on top of like the performance aspect and, their delivery on the vocals, of just really condensing the core idea and like meaning of the song into something that is short and just catchy, and you just can't get out of your head.
Definitely. This is a song that I'm pretty sure a lot of its listeners have had stuck on their heads
Yes.
in like the past couple of weeks since it came out. So it's a really great song and it's a really great collaboration between the three artists. But I am curious, if you could collaborate with any artist of your dreams, who would you like to collaborate with?
Probably. Oh, this is a crazy one, but Tame Impala.
Oh,
That's
no,
never
that's a good
that's
one.
never gonna happen, but it might.
You never know. You
Yeah.
never know.
Mike Dean would be another one.
Mhm.
I would love that. That could definitely happen.
Oh, well, we are going to wait for it. So, thank you so much for joining us today. Do you have any messages to your fans here in the Philippines? We have people in the comments saying, come to the Philippines soon so we can party with you and SB19 in the
Yes.
Moonlight.
Yes, to all my Filipino fans and everyone who's showing love and giving support to not only me but the boys and the record. I just want to say a special thank you. I love you guys so much more than you could ever imagine, and I just cannot wait to be there with you guys in person. So yes, we can party under the moonlight. So it'll be soon. It'll be soon. We're gonna make it happen.
All right. And if we want to stay updated on all your music, on your shows, and when you're going to be coming to the Philippines, where can all your fans follow you?
Yes, you can follow me everywhere on every platform: TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, at Ian Asher. Just my name, Ian Asher.
All right, check him out, Ian Asher, on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and we will be waiting for you to come here to Manila. Thank you so much for joining us, Ian.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
And we are going to play Moonlight for you in just a little bit, so make sure to stay tuned only here on The Monster.
Monster exclusive interview only on Manila's hottest Monster RX 93.1.